Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Red Zone. This week, I will be demonstrating a external module titled Data Dictionary Compare. The purpose of this demonstration will be how to configure it, the external module. I'll kind of go over one other tool you can kind of utilize to help with this. I'll show another native way that you can kind of utilize this, but more importantly, kind of illustrate the difference when it comes to this. So kind of to backtrack. So especially for any newcomers that watch this on YouTube or anything, external modules, what are they? So external modules, the best way to describe are enhancements that RedCap has enabled where they can help you enhance your project. In this case, a comparison tool. There's already something set up in RedCap, but it's an enhancement that I think illustrates a little bit better. There's tons of different external modules. I know there are some institutions that don't have the capability to enable external modules. So when you want to enable an external module, as we've shown in the past, when you're in your project, you go to this section here, external modules. You'll simply click on manage. To enable an external module or to even view them, you'll click on this enable. And then here, without using the search bar, you can kind of see which ones are. They're in alphabetical order. In this case, I already have it enabled, so it won't populate, but we're doing the data dictionary compare. So once I've found it, I would then click enable. From there, we'll have it on our main screen here, where you can see that some of these here are enabled for our project. In our institution, these are automatically enabled for every project. This external module is the one I'll be demonstrating today. Two things to kind of take away when you have an external module. You have documentation with each one. By clicking View Documentation, it's going to give you a synopsis on how it works, when it was last updated or when they rolled it out. There are some external modules that don't have quite informative documentation. This one, I must say, has a very thorough documentation as far as how it works. It goes over what external modules are, how to use this, the keys and everything. So I'm not going to spend my time really going through this, but if you are interested in that, the documentation does a really good job on walking you through it. So once you've read the documentation first to understand what is, this external module, how do you work it, how is everything worked out? The second thing you want to do, every external module will have a configuration. For this external module, there's really no configuration needed. There could be some where you'll need to select the field or anything like that. For this instance, that is not the case. So as I mentioned, with this external module, it allows you to compare two REDCap data dictionaries, the data dictionary from your current project and a second CSV file. So in other words, if we're working on this project here, REDCap external module dictionaries. So this is going to be, we'll just say the old version. And I want to make some changes to this project. In this demonstration, you'll see some changes to fields. I'll use some action tags. I'll delete some fields. There's going to be a variety of changes, and I want to see what those are going to look like. So, as I mentioned previously, there already is a functionality for data dictionary revisions. However, this is going to show you any revisions in this current project. So as we can see, we can compare our current version that we're on to a prior one prior to making any changes. There's not going to be any changes, but they'll be illustrated here. Now, in this external module, it really doesn't go on how you can utilize this to comparison. So
But
I
George,
came up,
let me interrupt you real quick. Another thing to note with the data dictionary revisions that you just showed is that your project has to be in production.
oh yes, correct.
Yeah, so that's one of the nice things about this data dictionary compare is that it'll compare data dictionary revisions um, for your project regardless of its project status.
Yep, that is correct. Thank you, Manny, for that. And yeah, and something which I'll show a little bit later, but with this data dictionary external module, I think it's a little bit more user friendly as well, especially for any newcomers or anyone that's kind of intermediate. I think it's going to illustrate any changes you make. So, as I mentioned in the documentation, it doesn't really state how you can kind of go to compare these. So, I came up with two scenarios. And the first, I think, is the more strongly recommended for a project, which is creating a copy. So in kind of to do that, quickly go over to this. The way I went about it is I went to other functionalities. For those that have never created a copy, I clicked copy this project. It's going to give you to, okay, what do you want to title it? If you're assigning it to a folder, you would click copy the project, and it's going to create a project. So the reason why I created a copy, this is going to be my live project that has the old data, old revisions, let's say. It has everything that we have right now so far. And in this test, I called the test with new changes. This is where I'm going to go into my designer. I'm going to change fields. I'm going to change calculated fields. We'll add some action tags. And the whole purpose of the reason doing this is because I don't want to interfere with any data that's being put into this live project. Let's say if it was a survey or anything, I don't want to interfere with any participants going into the project. So what I have done already is I've already made all my changes into the designer. Next thing you'll want to do to kind of compare it with your old version, you go to your dictionary tab here. You have three steps, and I'll show you also how to upload it once we've done. So we'll go ahead and download the data dictionary. What this is essentially, it's an Excel CSV file. If you viewed this in the past, it can be very confusing, especially for new users. We have all those rows. So I've downloaded the CSV file. Now, if we go to the external modules, it's going to be this little globe icon that's going to be our external module. It's very simple. You can either add it if you've saved it onto your desktop, or you can drag and drop it. So we'll add it here. Now it kind of gives you a clean option. So you can see here, it gives you your rows added. So we've added three. We've made 24 changes, and we've also removed two different rows. You have the capability to kind of viewing it as a PDF. This can be beneficial if you're meeting with your study team, with your PI, where you want to go over those changes. You can, if you want to take notes or anything like that, you have the capability to download this as a PDF. It's going to give you the same view as if you were to view it in person. But looking at these icons, this yellow one is showing you what something has changed. The green plus, the added. You have this section here that's been removed, and you have your old value. I'll show you a little bit later what the older one looks like, but just a quick glance, especially from a newcomer, I think it's a little bit easier to read. You can see, okay, it once was called first name, but the change has been now that it's going to be changed to participant first name. Same thing here for this date of birth. We've changed our date format from year, month, date to day, month, year. So it's going to give you a breakdown. And if we look at our added fields, we can see that these have been added. The employment status, if they've been married, a question if they smoke. We can also see here that it's showing us which fields have been removed from our demographics. So this is something that could be utilized for your study team, to view that. As I mentioned, the PDF is going to show you the same thing, as that you just have the capability to print this if you have a team meeting or anything, if you want to kind of view it. Also utilizing as a test, as I mentioned, you can actually go through the data inputting, if you have it set up as a survey, if you're just using it as a data entry, you can input that data so you can see in real live data what your changes are going to do. And it's something that's super important when you are making changes for you to see how it's going to act with your data, how the interface will look like. One thing I forgot to mention, more importantly, before you do make any changes, whether it's your live project or your test project, strongly encourage that you create a snapshot of those instruments. Just in case you have to revert back to the older version, it's going to give you that capability to have that information there. So that's something that's very important. So in this demonstration, as I mentioned, there's two different ways you can kind of go about this, either if you want to create a test or if you want to have a live one. Another thing you could do, which it could be a little confusing, so I wouldn't recommend this option, but I still wanted to kind of show it, was I downloaded the CSV file of the current one that I was working on prior to making changes. And then I started to create changes in that project. Once I finished those changes, I downloaded that, titled it new. You could go through your data dictionary, which I'll show you in a bit, to kind of revert that way. But I feel like using that route, it's not going to be the best. I think it's a little more common to probably possibly make any errors or mistakes. So I would strongly suggest, if you are, especially if you're the project manager or someone that's in charge of making those changes, it's all user rights, to create a test and kind of go through that route. So one thing I'd like to kind of show, now that you've seen what those changes look like, let's say if we want to implement those changes, so just so you can kind of have a good comparison, create a duplicate of this. So I've looked at the changes. My study team has approved of this. They're okay with everything. you have, if you go over here to our dictionary tab here, data dictionary, it gives you the steps on how to upload it. So now we'll go ahead and upload it, the new one. This will populate here. If you have any errors or anything that come up, such as missing fields or anything like that's incorrect, again, this is a CSV, it will show you those errors. It's letting you know that there's no errors. Are you ready to commit these changes to the project so you can upload? Go ahead and commit changes. I am a RedCap administrator, so some of this is going to look a little bit different. But prior to you clicking submit changes for review, I like to kind of just show you what this view looks like. This view is kind of what's standard when you do submit any changes to view. Kind of quickly go over it. So it gives you, okay, how many fields have been added? How many have you deleted? It gives you this key ledge here. And this is something I still have to occasionally will reference is recalling that if I see the gray text, it's going to indicate it's the current value. Black text is indicating it's new. So you can kind of see it's a comparison of this. It's essentially the same thing. And it's, I guess, really up to you. I mean, obviously users are more used to this, but I feel like from a new user's perspective, I think this could be a little easier to read, flow through it, how it works. Compared to this one, it's going to give you the same information, but you'll just have to kind of navigate it. So this is the comparison of those. Now, if we've confirmed all of the changes were done, you would then click Submit Changes for review. You've checked for identifiers, you're going to click submit. For me, I am a RedCap administrator, so it's automatically going to be approved. But for a user that's not, that's going to come through the RedCap administrators. Then we would review them just to ensure there's nothing that's going to impact your data or lose any data. But again, these are a lot of the changes that could be done. I forgot to mention though, really quick, let me go to the documentation that, oops, incorrect one. That this external module, I don't know if I mentioned or not, if I did, I apologize, but it will show you all of these changes when it does the comparison, just like the original one. It'll show you any field labels, field types, validation choices, calculated fields, your min-max value. So it does capture everything that you would on your normal one. And I think that's something kind of just important to notate there that it will kind of capture all of that information. Again, this external module is very simple, but I feel like it could be beneficial, especially for a newcomer that's coming onto RedCap, or it could be even a new project manager, just to kind of understand how those changes work and impact your thing. Again, strongly recommend just creating a copy of your project. More importantly, I think titling them just so you can ensure that you're not making any changes to your live project. That's going to, I think, come very beneficial when it comes to your project. You can also even test it out. You know, you've gone through those changes, you can start putting in data. And that'll create, I think, create a really good workflow for your project to understand how those work and at least help with that confidence. And with that, that concludes this presentation, and I'll open up to any questions you guys might have.
So, George, one thing I also wanted to mention. So you talk about creating another project so that way you can compare. Um, because if you um, are in your same project and you take snapshots, you can download. So if you go to your original project and go to your list of your snapshots in your designer, you might have to move it to draft mode.
Hmm.
And yeah. So if you click on the last snapshot there, just to bring up your list of snapshots. So if you download the original data dictionary, the first one. So let's say you just downloaded that one, you wanted to compare the changes to now. What'll happen is you can compare that, but it'll everything will be reversed. So if you
Hmm.
do that and run through the data dictionary, because what it's doing is it's comparing an older version to the new version, and it's not looking at it linearly. So it's saying that those would be removed if they were added, and things like that. So that's one thing to be mindful of. Looking at what file you're comparing and when. So if you're doing something, if you've added um, fields and then that's your latest version, if you
Hmm.
compare it to an old one, what it's going to do is it's going to give you the opposite. And that's one of the things that's nice about the data dictionary instead of the compare is that you can select two um, different data dictionaries and see the changes on those, and it compares those.
Mhm.
So that's just something to be mindful of. Because when I tested this, it was confusing because it would look like something was removed when I know that I've added it. And so you just want to make sure that you're mindful of that, so you're not thinking that something was changed the wrong way.
Definitely. No, thank you, Manny, for pointing that out.